Okay, y'all, I am going to be making some easy chicken, shredded chicken in my crock pot. And what I'm going to do is we're going to shred all this up when it's done. And I'm going to keep some out for a meal today and like tomorrow. And then the rest I'm going to freeze for future meals. So I have here 7 pounds of chicken breast. The recipe I have is for 3 pounds. So I'm just going to double it. So I have all my chicken breast in here. I have kind of trimmed off some fat. And then I'm going to take, I have a can of chicken broth, almost 2 cups of chicken broth. And the recipe for the 3 pounds called for 3/4 a cup of chicken broth. But since I have so much, I'm just going to use the whole can. So I'm going to pour this whole can of chicken broth. Open. I'm going to pour that in there. And then I have some oregano. And we're going to put 2 teaspoons of that in here. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of salt. I have pepper here, about a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I'm just going to kind of stir all this together. And the recipe says to cover, you can cook it on high for 2 to 3 hours or low 4 to 6 hours. And since I'm planning to be home all day, I think I'm just going to turn it on high. And it might take a little longer because, like I said, this is double what the recipe calls for. So I'm going to cover this up. And I'm just, like I said, going to turn it on high. Y'all, this chicken is done. It is like falling apart. So I'm getting a bowl. And I'm going to take out the chicken so I can shred it. We'll see if I can get it out without it falling apart.
They were in high school when they met.
I'm going to shred the chicken now, but I had way too much. I can't remember. I'm thinking it was my friend Julia who shredded her chicken using a whisk, which actually is working really good. So since my bowl is so big, I'm going to put a lot of it over here that's already shredded.
Things got kind of awkward with sparks in the air. He would stare at her in class and she would try to act cool, but it was obvious, like, ooh.
The chicken tastes good. Now I'm going to add a little bit of, I'm just going to add a little bit of that chicken broth into this so that the meat won't be so dry. Like I said, I'm going to freeze. I'm going to put some up for a meal tomorrow that I'm making. We're going to have some for tonight, and then the rest I will bag up for putting into the freezer. So, there we go. Easy peasy. Okay, y'all. Tonight we are going to be making cheddar bacon ranch pasta. I have a pot of water here in the back that I'm going to put some salt in, and we're going to bring it to a boil. And I am going to use, if I pronounce it right, whatever this pasta is. That's what I'm going to use. It says that or short pasta. I'm going to use this. So, I'm going to let that water come to a boil. But while that's boiling, I'm fixing to start making some bacon. And I will do that in just 1 second. It says to dice up 6 strips of bacon. And I'm going to cook it, but I may do a little more than 6 because my family loves bacon. And so I have this thick cut bacon here, so I'm going to So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of cut this up.
Looks so good.
They would be together.
Okay, y'all, I have this bacon on here. I'm gonna start cooking it. I'm waiting on that water to boil, and we are going to do that, and then I'll come back in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I've got the noodles back there boiling. I'm still working on frying up this bacon. Once it's done, I'm going to take it out and let it kind of drain on a paper towel. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do the recipe just a little bit different because they actually cut up a chicken breast and cooked it in this grease. But since I cooked my chicken this morning in the crock pot and shredded it, we're going to do shredded chicken. But I'm still going to put the shredded chicken in the grease to kind of give it that flavor and kind of warm it up. And then I'll show you the steps that follow. But normally, if you were making this, you know, without the shredded chicken, you would just cut up, I think it said 1 or 2 chicken breasts. Actually, let's see. It says to cut 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts into bite-sized pieces. But like I said, we're not going to do that. So we're going to let all this cook, and I'll come right back. Okay, y'all, I took all of the bacon grease except for about 2 tablespoons I saved in the pan. And I went ahead and just poured in the shredded cooked chicken breast. It was about 2 cups that I added in. And I just stirred it up to kind of warm that chicken and also to give it the flavoring of the bacon grease.
'Cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, and started writing. Probably something about her eyes.
Then I added in 1 package of ranch seasoning and just stirred that into there. And 2 tablespoons of flour. And so I stirred the ranch and the flour in.
And then he said,
and I guess I forgot to record, but I added in 2 cups of milk. And so I just kept stirring it until it kind of thickened up.
Nobody can steal me away. I am yours. 'Cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. As he sang,
then I stirred in 1 cup of cheese. I used the Cheddar and Monterey Jack blend of cheese.
Light as they kept on dancing.
Okay, now I'm going to take half of the bacon that I cooked and I'm going to stir that in to the mixture. The rest of the bacon you will save, and you can just top that on top of your pasta when you put it on your plate.
Calling each other sweetheart.
And finally, you will take that mixture with the chicken and everything, pour it into your noodles, mix it well, and then it's ready to plate up. Just like I said, top it with your bacon. You could use green onions also as a topping, even more cheese if you'd like. It is so good.
I'm driving, you're smiling.
How do you like it?
It's really good. It's like
Mine is really good. Mama, how do you like it?
It's good.
Adrian, what about you?
It's good, but I don't have a shirt on.
So?
when's that ever stopped you?
Okay.
Okay, y'all, my camera was messed up. I have a bell pepper and an onion here that I'm about to start cutting up. I'm going to be making creamy chicken fajita soup tonight. And so it calls for a diced up onion and a diced up bell pepper. And so I'm doing that right now. And I have this cool little chopper here that I'm going to use to cut all of this up. So that's what I'm going to do first.
Really doing nothing, that's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving, we just do what we...
Okay, I have my pan on medium heat, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter in here. Let that warm up. And then we're going to add in the onion I just chopped up. We're going to add in the bell pepper. And then we're also going to add 4 garlic cloves. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of this. I'm going to add my garlic to it so when this is melted, I can add it in.
Wanna do, yeah. No, nothing's complicated with.
Okay, y'all. Now I'm going to add this in. Y'all hear my kids in the background. So, I'm going to add that in. It doesn't say to add salt and pepper, but I'm going to. Just because y'all know I like to add in seasonings.
With you.
So we're going to let this kind of cook for a few minutes.
Bye-bye.
Hey, playing songs on the radio.
And y'all, it's so funny. I thought for sure that the weather was going to be cold today. Y'all, it is like what? Almost 70, 65, but it was 70 earlier here in Texas. So, and tomorrow, today's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow on Christmas Day, it's supposed to be in the 70s. That's Texas weather for you. New Year's, it may be snowing. Who knows? And look at this. I'm going to show you what's going on in my house right now, okay? Look at these. Look at these two.
You don't want to know what's happening earlier.
They're a mess. Hey, careful.
It hurts my back too. What do you think?
Well, don't do that. Okay. It said to let this simmer for about 3 minutes. It's been a few minutes. And then I'm supposed to add in 6 ounces of softened cream cheese, which I've had this 6 ounces softening, y'all. And I went ahead and just kind of cut it into little cubes so that it would be easier to stir. And so it says to just, it's my first time making this. It says it just to mash it around to incorporate it. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. My husband actually found this recipe. Somebody shared it on Facebook. One of his friends, I guess. And he told me about it. He sent it to me through Messenger on Facebook. And I told him that one day I would make it. So, since I've made all that chicken yesterday, I was trying to think of recipes to use chicken. And I remembered that one. So, we're going to see how this is tonight.
Sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out.
Okay, next I'm going to add in 2 cans of Rotel with the juice. This recipe said to use it with the juice, so there's 1 can. Ooh, I'm making a mess. 2.5 cups. 2.5 cups of chicken broth, which I poured half of it out.
I'm falling.
I'm going to pour just a tad bit more because
That's good.
from this can I had.
You are not falling.
And
I'm dying over here.
let me see what's next because I'm
This doesn't feel half bad.
a half a cup of whipping cream. Oh, a half a cup of whipping cream.
Half cup. Don't forget that. Half a cup.
Putting that in there.
Half a cup.
And the fajita seasoning, which I have. Let me get it. And I just bought the McCormick fajita. I'm going to put that in there. So we're going to mix all this up. And then the recipe says to lower the heat and simmer it for about 20 minutes. Then you add in the cooked chicken. Stir that up basically to just warm the chicken through. And then it's done. So I'm going to get this mixed up real good.
Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive.
And it doesn't say to cover it, but I think I'm going to cover it while it's simmering. Okay, y'all. I'm going to turn this down. It says to turn down to lower heat. It just says lower heat and simmer for 20 minutes. So I'm going to, I've got it turned down. On mine, I guess it would be between medium and low. I'm just going to kind of keep a check on it. I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes. There we go. Okay, y'all, I decided to go ahead and cut up some cilantro so that we could put it on top of the soup also. It tasted very good on it. This has been simmering for 20 minutes. It's got like 30 seconds left and it'll be 20. Now I'm going to take the chicken. I have this shredded chicken. Careful, Courtney, it's hot. And then we're going to stir that in there and kind of let it warm through
Because
for
the
a few
chicken's
minutes.
cold.
Yeah, because it was in the refrigerator. And then it'll be ready. So
We'll see you in a bit.
all yummy and good. All right, y'all, we got the soup. And we have some avocado, some cilantro and crackers. We have butter because my husband has some homemade bread that his mama made in the toaster oven, sour cream, tortilla strips, cheese. Yeah. All right, y'all. Courtney, what do you think?
Good.
She's got some of Grandma's
Grandma
homemade
said it's
bread.
amazing.
Does Grandma give a thumbs up, thumbs down? She puts it by her face. I better. There, she gave a thumbs up. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Bryce? We switched seats around.
It's good.
Yeah, today is her birthday. She's a Christmas Eve baby. Okay, honey. Oops, I'm not showing you.
Good.
All right. What about you, Adrian?
Good. But,
They're excited. Why?
but there's a
Oh,
lot of tomatoes.
yeah, he don't like
It kind
tomatoes.
of tastes weird.
It does not. It has a little spice to it.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. I think it's really good. And they're excited because it's going to be present time in a little bit.
I thought he was running to go try it.
Merry Christmas Eve. Hey, y'all. I'm going to be making sweet potatoes for y'all. Right now, I'm going to be cutting them up, but I will show you how I make them.
I'm crazy.
Hey guys,
What?
guess what my mama bought me? A brand spanking new milk gun, and it's powered. Look.
It's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter.
All right, y'all. I've got some sweet potatoes all peeled and cut up. I had so many, I had to split it into 2 pans. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas morning. Everybody's all excited. I'm going to put some salt in here with these potatoes. We're going to turn them on. And we're going to let those come up to a boil. Then I will come back and show y'all the next step. Okay, got that pan back there already starting to boil. I turned it down some. This one is almost boiling. So we're going to boil these until they're done. And then we'll come back and we'll mash them and I'll show you what all we add to these. This is something that my family, I grew up on. And so we're going to my sisters and my nieces and stuff. We're going to be with my family today. And they asked me to make the sweet potatoes. So that's what I'm doing. This one's starting to come to a boil. So I'm going to turn it down just a tad so it doesn't boil over. And then we'll come right back. Okay, my husband mashed up the potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and put some butter in on. And we're going to start seasoning these up. Have 1 stick to begin with.
To heaven, I just want to make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated.
Okay, I'm going to start out with about a 1/2 cup of sugar. Actually, I'll put about 3/4 cup of sugar. And I have some cinnamon. And I'm just going to kind of throw it in there.
Hey, playing songs on the radio.
And then I have a little bit of salt I'm going to throw in there.
Sing along to the
And then I'm going to even throw a little, just a little bit of nutmeg, not much.
words that we don't know how.
Need some more sugar
So he jumps over every time.
and some more cinnamon.
Brings out the hours. Let's just run away. Yeah,
Need more sugar. What? This is kind of a taste. Just kind of taste it as you go. More salt. Okay. So Bryce, you taste these and tell me if they taste sweet enough.
Could be a little sweeter.
Okay. More sugar.
But it's not. It tastes really good, Mom.
And now we're going to dump all this into this 9x11 pan. So now you just smooth it into the pan, and we're going to top it with marshmallows, but I'm going to wait until I get there, and I will try my best to remember to record when we do that. So basically what you're going to do is you're just going to take regular, just mini marshmallows, put them on top, stick it in the oven just long enough to kind of melt and kind of toast the marshmallows, because this is all done. I'm just going to cover this up and put it in my little carrier and get my marshmallows, and I will try my best to remember to show y'all when we bake it. I forgot. I'm going to quickly show y'all. See, I'm putting these in the oven, and we're going to brown them, and then I'll show y'all. My sister's over here making some macaroni and cheese. We've got some potatoes, corn going on. Right, y'all. Sweet potatoes done. Man, I'll have to show y'all all this food in a minute. We got food everywhere, y'all. Look at my plate, y'all. Look, look. That's my husband when he's turned around. He's the one with that American shirt and the hat on. That's my sister. Everybody's in line waiting on food.